Pastor Roy Gearhart from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania. I'm sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. This week we're looking at the story of the city of Babel. This is in Genesis chapter 11. The city of Babel is built by the initiative of its builders. They decide, hey, let's build a city. Their aim and their design is that they would be able to hold people together. They say, let's build a city, put a great tower in it that would reach to the heavens. We'll make a name for ourselves, and this way we will hold ourselves together. We will not be scattered everywhere. Now, one of the things about the city of Babel that's kind of piqued my curiosity is the way in which the scripture is very detailed in telling us about the building materials that go into it. We're told that stone is not the usual building material in that area, but the people say, let's build this out of brick that we have fired. They are oven or kiln fired bricks, so they're hardened. These are not going to be just cold molded mud that'll wash away in the rain. This is something that will be solid. And then we're told that they use tar as mortar in the joints to hold it all together. Now, some commentators have looked at that and said, well, this almost sounds like they're trying to be counter-flood, building their city with these hardened brick and tar joints that are watertight, so that it's almost like countermeasures to say, if God brings a flood on us again, don't you worry, we're watertight. Maybe even the idea of a tower that reaches to the heavens is like saying we'll have high ground that we can scale out of this flood if God would do that again. Well, I'm not sure that that captures the real message here and the real significance of all of this. What's gotten my attention is the difference between the way in which these building materials are put together and the way in which I think they really capture the essence of not just the construction process, but of the purposefulness of the people in it. As you distinguish the build of this city from God's instructions for building an altar, in Exodus 20, instructions there for building an altar to the Lord say that you have to use materials that are definitely not man-made. In fact, it says that you're to build that altar out of stones that have not had a tool applied to them. And it says that if you use a tool on these stones, you have polluted them. They're now corrupted and unusable. It's as if building this altar has to be something that is not with man-made materials, that it's not our hand that saves us, but it's God's hand. And that the materials that go into that altar can't be something that we've created. It has to be something that God created in order to express that. You see, in stark contrast, the city of Babel is entirely a man-made project. It's man-made right down to the building materials. It's man-made in its purpose, that the whole idea of it is that we will make a name for ourselves. We will build a tower to the heavens. We're going to put our lives together on our own terms. And everything then about Babel is man-made. Now, we use a lot of man-made materials today. I mean, in fact, the jacket that I'm wearing today is completely man-made materials. There's not a natural fiber, not a natural material in it. And we use lots of things like that, both in our construction and in our clothing. In fact, sometimes we're really fooled because we have a real desire in many cases to make those man-made materials look like natural materials. And the better we fake that, the better we like those materials. But they're still man-made. And sometimes we improve upon that natural fiber in some respects, but we certainly lose quality as well. Many times our fakes are not nearly as good as the original. And that's kind of the point of all of this. In fact, in our food, there's a great movement today to go back to natural foods. We want organically grown foods, organically grown meats and vegetables. We want things that don't have all those man-made additives, and so that we can have something that is brought into our body that's natural. We want the building blocks of our life to be something that have not been fixed or processed in a factory by human hands, but we want it delivered to us just the way that it was made to be. We're looking for something then that's not man-made, but somehow delivered just the way that it naturally was given. And spiritually, this means that what we're really looking for is not just a natural product. We're looking for something the way that God has delivered it. So that rather than a man-made life, we're looking for a God-made life. So may God bless you today. And as you share his good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.